Hello friends, welcome back. Please like, subscribe and share. In the last video we saw buffer reader and buffer writer. So in this video we will continue with the logging and debugging. So what is logging? Logging is the process where we record events, right? Like in our program when we are calling functions, we are calling database query, and if network field, anything is happening in the program that we record, that is called logging. Okay. Next, we have when we are going to doctor, right? So you will write your what is observed and medicine given to you, and when you next time you'll go, you just open that and check like what is did and what you had. Next, similar to this Python program, we have to like log all the things that is happening inside project instead of just recalling like what is happening. So Python has built-in module called logging. Okay, so Python ships with the ready-to-use logging module, and you don't need to install anything for this one. So this is we have import logging. We need to import this, and if we have logging dot warning. Okay. So we print this one. I will run this one. Okay, and I will show. So it's printing warning root. Something unusual happened. Okay. So this you can see it's a label. Okay, and this the message. So we have five level of the loggings. So first is debugging, info, warning, error, and critical. So by default, warning is selected by Python. So other than before that, like debugging and info will not be saved, and error and critical will be saved. If you save error, the default, then these three will be ignored. And okay, and if you select info, then this first will be ignored. So the logging system operates in a minimal threshold. Think of the threshold like a height filter. Okay. So only log messages that are at least high, okay, and shaver as the threshold allowed to pass through the and be recorded. So you can think this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like label for this one. So if you select this one, info, right? So what it is saying, at least as a high, okay, that message that are high severe as the threshold allowed to pass through. So you added info this, so this is have 20. So it will be if any logging warning is coming, like you are trying to logging anything like warning, error, or critical. So all are greater than 20. So these will be printed. Okay, this will be 20 greater equals to 20, and this welcome, this is less than 20, right? 20 greater than 10. So this will not be printed. By default, Python threshold is set to the warning. Since debugging and info are lower severity than warning, they are blocked and hidden by default until you explicitly configure the logging. Okay, logging or debug. So first we have debug. Okay. So debug is the most verbose level. It uses to record internal step-by-step details that help you to understand exactly what the code is doing during the development. In production, you normally turn off debug. Okay. So when to use debug? Logging a value variable inside a loop, tracking branch if statement was taken, watching each of the complex algorithm is run. So this will be used inside in development, not in the production. Okay, because this will print everything that is we are doing inside the function. Okay. So what is happening here? We have imported logging. Okay, and we are doing logging dot basic config. Okay, we need to call basic config, and we are saving we are assigning or setting label logging.debug. Okay, so lower the threshold so debug message appears. Okay, so this we have calculate total function here, logging.debug calculate total called with percentage price. Okay, total this here we are again logging.debug step B, this one, and logging. Here we are doing this logging. Okay, this is debug, debug, and debug. Okay, so what happened if I print this one? Okay, so it's not printed. So we will see why it's not printing. Login basic config label calculate. Okay, we will try force true here. Okay, so you can see it's printing now. Okay, so what it is doing, first it is printing this one, calculate total called with price. Okay, it will print the price. After that it is printing inside the for loop, right? So it will print the till the for loop is running. So when step 1 2 3, 0 1 2, so it's printing 3 times, right? And after that debug final total, so it's printing the final total. So this is the debugging we are using. What happened if we don't use debug? Okay, by default the warning is set, right? So if I remove this one, if I set warning, if I try to run, okay, so now you can see it's not printing, right? Any log is not printing because these are having low severity compared to the warning. Okay, so this is how we can use logging, and currently we are printing in this console only, so we can save these also inside file, right? Same we have info is used to confirm that major milestone your program completed successfully. Think of it as a progress report. So that will be same when you, so for that we need to print info. So we need to use logging.info, and logging.info here we need to use. So you can see this example if I run. Post true we are using here because sometimes notebook don't change this one, the info that we are setting the configuration. Okay, so you can see we are printing info here. And what happened if I change this to the debug? Yeah, it will be printed. Only warning if we set, then it will not printed. So that is fine. Similarly, we are having other also. So we'll go to the one by one. Example you will see here only. So warning means something unexpected happened, but the program was still able to continue. Okay. So this is just a warning. It's not any major association saying like this is happened. So you can check that, and if you ignore, then program will still be like running. It will not fail. Okay. So same thing, we need to set basic config logging.warning. By default, that is set to the warning only if you are not changing manually. Okay. So we are having logging.warning, and we are having the message and data that we want to save. Okay. Similar, we have error. So error means something actually went wrong. So this program encountered a condition that could not handle and specific operation has failed. So for in that case, we need to check, right? Some program is not running, some part of the service is not running, then it will create problem. So for that we use logging.error. Okay, so if I go use this one, yeah, at logging format. So here you can see we are setting format also. So here you can see we have basic config logging error format. So format, what it is doing inside format? So it's printing time, name, label name, and message. Okay. So what it is doing here, it will run this one, Then it will come file not file error. So it will go to the login.error, could not find file. It will return the file path. Okay. Same, it will go to the charge customer invalid charge amount and transaction aborted. If any amount is coming less than 0, that time also it will print error. Okay. So here you can see what it is doing. It is printing the could not read file missing underscore report. Right. No such file or directory. Similarly, next we have file number invalid charge amount -50 transaction aborted. So you can see for we are sending charge customer is -50. So this is the format error. You can see it here. It is the time and this is error, the label, right? Time and error. After that it is message, right? So here you are seeing this error, this, right? This error is coming from the package log that is here. So this we will learn in the detail in the exception handling. So you can see it will try to open this file. So it will throw errors. It will come here. You can see here we are passing E also. So this E contain this error. Okay. Last we have critical is the highest severity. It means catastrophic failure has occurred. So the program almost certainly cannot continue to operate correctly, and this should trigger immediate alert when someone at 3 a.m. or serious. Okay. So the database connection pool has been exhausted. Application has completely run out of memory. This kind of error comes under the critical. Here you can see same thing. We are logging debug format here. So here we are setting debug. We can set the critical. We need to set the critical. Okay. So if we set debug, it will still work, but it will for all other also will work. If you want to print only critical only, then you need to change this to the critical. So here you can say critical database connection pool exhausted, critical startup failed config. Okay. So this is the logging module, that logging we are doing and debugging. So for programs, normally Python we use to print anything in the console. For console to we use print function. Otherwise, if we have to save in the files, we need to use this. So how we can save this in the files, we will see in later. So first we have these config like labels, label, file name, file mode, and format. So you see we are passing format here for some. This one you can see format, name, label, message. Okay. So we are having these timestamp, label name, file name, line number, message. Okay. So I have this one. Here you can see if I run this program. So you can see logging basic config even f.log file mode A and this. Okay. And debugging info warning error critical. It's trying to save for everything. Okay. So you can see it's printing error and critical. Okay. It should ignore other two. So if I use post true also it's not a, that is fine. You will see all the detail when we are saving label equals to login debug. So I will check the file is created or not. So you can see the app.log file is created here. So you can see, okay, so it's saving directly in this here only. So you can see it's edit multiple times when I running this one. So it's appending, right? So if I run one more time, so you can see it's added more data. right? So this is how you can add in the file also. So first you will see the format it is printing, like time, label, file, line number, and the message. These are we are saving. So this is how you can save the logs in the file. So this is your passing name right here. Name, logger, and handler. So this is also like same, only we are getting. So what is in real projects that have multiple modules, every file should create its own logger using logger.get logger name, and that embeds the module path in every log line, so you immediately know where a message coming from. So this is we have like logger login.get logger. So we are passing e-commerce.payments, and we are setting login.debug. Okay. So we'll see how it will work. So if I run this program, so it will say e-commerce.payments being gateway time now, right? So this is we are adding because it will be easy to understand. Like we are having in the payment method, so we created get logger, and we are using this one. So here you can see we are having login.format, label name, label message, right? So how it will print label name, e-commerce payments, name payment of this one message, right? So this is how this is needed to handle, like if we have multiple modules, multiple files, right? So if we use import debug this, it will just simply say the message. So it's difficult for you to find the like from it this error message is coming. Like if I open the app.log file, so this is you can see it's only showing this like number and the line number here. It is not showing for which module, which file it is coming, right? So here you can see debug, building, gateway, payment. So this is coming from here. This logging format, this payment.log, a file and a format. So it's sending here. But when you go to their format or label name, so it will print the label name here. So this is related to the logging and debugging. So if you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Okay. So these we have some breakpoints like list, next step, continue. This is for we use interactive debugging. Okay. When we are running the program, when we are on the runtime, we want to check like what exactly is happening inside that. So we need to use breakpoint. Okay. So this is like logging module, debug, info, warning, error, critical, page config. So this is how we set configuration. So called once only, right, to control level. This is to create our own level for multiple module project. Handler, VDP breakpoints. So this we use for checking the runtime, what is exactly happening, right? Thank you.